Good morning, YouTubers. I very rarely do reviews, mostly typed on internet sites and stuff like that. If a product is truly junk, I'll just take it back to the store, count it up as a life lesson, and move on. This is my first video review of a product I've ever done. And due to its performance, I feel I let everybody know how it worked. I purchased this unit at my local Cabela's store November 28th. I'm sitting inside my brand new Kodiak Deluxe 10x14 tent, which arrived yesterday, December 2nd. And we set it up in the afternoon. Fantastic tent, by the way. I love this thing. It's going to be great. But we set it up in the afternoon, and I put the heater in it and fired it up last night at about 6 o'clock when it started getting dark outside. I had it set on low at first. I had this vent above me open, and I had a pretty good sized vent going each way on the zipper at the bottom of the door with it folded in so I could get a little air in. And I started it up at 6 o'clock. I came out an hour later at 7. You could tell it was working a little bit. The chill was off the air, but when I say chill, I mean that's very little. It wouldn't have been comfortable sleeping in the tent. It was 30 degrees outside, and it was chilly in here. So I turned it up to medium, and I left the tent. I closed my door up and still left the same nice little air vent at the bottom, and I let it go. I came back out again at 8 o'clock last night, and the tent was warmer, though my temperature gauge at about this level still only read about 40 degrees. But I noticed a slight odor in the air. Nothing really too strong, and I really noticed it when I stood up. So I opened the second vent on the tent, which is at that end there. It's the same size as this vent here. I don't know how many square inches that is, but a lot of people have these tents. You know the size of the vent. There was a breeze last night too, about 3 to 5 miles an hour. And I turned the heater on high at 8 o'clock last night, and I left the tent. I left the same gap air vent opening at the bottom of the door here, and I came back out at 9 o'clock last night, and I kind of crouched low coming in the tent because I had wanted to check the temperature down low, and I didn't want too much warm air leaving. And my temperature thing hadn't changed. It was still in the 40s, but the odor was tremendous in here. I stood up and got into a cloud of maybe carbon monoxide up here. I started choking immediately. I couldn't breathe, and I found myself in a panic trying to get back out the door of the vent, or the tent. I had a flashlight with me, and when I caught my breath and was able to kind of get back to my senses, I shined the flashlight in the tent, and it looked like a lightsaber up against the top of the tent. I mean, you could see the beam of light. I opened the door all the way and pulled the door outside, and the gases and fumes just flowed out of this tent, and I mean it was incredible. I left it open like that for a few minutes, and I was able to come back in and shut the heater off. and it took quite a while for this tent to air out and get the smelling right again, even after shutting the heater off. So, I mean, in closing, I'm glad I didn't sleep in the tent last night to truly test out this heater, because now at 9 o'clock this morning, I'd probably be in a body bag. I can't recommend this heater to anybody if you're going to use it in a tent environment, or maybe even a small camper trailer or something like that. I mean, I had this thing vented fairly well, and its performance for heat output was marginal, but the gases that came off it were pretty incredible. If you're going to use it in a small garage or home shop, someplace where you're not going to be sleeping, it'd probably be okay. But there are better options out there that put out more heat and are probably safer burning than this unit. Other than that, that's about all I have to say about this thing. I'm going to take it back to Cabela's today, and I'm going to tell them it was defective so they don't sell it to somebody else. Maybe they'll send it back to Mr. Heater and have it checked out. But if you're going to use it in a small tent or a small cabin or small camper trailer, I would urge you to look for something else, because this thing, I don't think it's very good for your health. Use it at your own peril. Thanks, YouTube. We'll see you later. Bye.